Picture this. It's 1965, Damascus, Syria. The country's military leaders are gathered in a top-secret meeting, discussing their most classified defense plans against Israel. Around the table sit Syria's most trusted officials, and one of them is about to become the next defense minister. But here's the shocking truth. Nobody in that room knew. One of those men wasn't Syrian at all. He was an Israeli spy who had been feeding secrets to his handlers for 3 years. His name was Eli Cohen, and he came this close to controlling Syria's entire military. This is the story of a spy operation that shook the Arab world, exposed deep vulnerabilities, and became a painful symbol of betrayal for Syria. And trust me, you won't believe how it all unraveled. Imagine the scene. It's 1960. The Middle East is a powder keg, and Syria and Israel are bitter enemies preparing for war. But Syria itself is barely holding together. 3 military coups in 1949 alone, with army officers constantly overthrowing each other. Syria was politically unstable, militarily unpredictable, and desperately building forces against Israel. Israel needed to know what was coming from this chaotic neighbor. The problem: how do you spy on a country that would execute any Israeli they discovered? Enter Eli Cohen. Born in Egypt to Syrian Jewish parents, he looked like any Arab businessman, spoke perfect Arabic, and understood the culture completely. Cohen wasn't randomly chosen. The Mossad spent months training him in a secret facility, teaching him Syrian politics, military structure, even Damascus slang. They created a completely fake identity. His new name, Kamel Amin Thaabet, a successful Syrian businessman returning from Argentina. Expensive clothes, fake business, enough money to live wealthy in Damascus. His mission was bold: get close to Syria's elite, build trust, and gather top-secret military information. But there was another layer. Around the same time, Mossad captured Adolf Eichmann, a high-ranking Nazi in Argentina. That success raised fears that some of Eichmann's allies had escaped to the Middle East, and Syria was at the top of that list. One name stood out: Alois Brunner, Eichmann's close assistant, reportedly living under Syrian protection in Damascus. Mossad briefed Cohen before he entered Syria, asking him to quietly search for Brunner or other Nazis hiding in the country. It wasn't just about spying anymore, it was also about finding the ghosts of World War II hiding in Arab lands. Simple plan, right? What happened next was anything but simple. February 1962. Cohen's journey began a year earlier in Buenos Aires, where he embedded himself in the Syrian expatriate community. He flaunted wealth, claimed allegiance to Arab causes, and pledged donations to the Ba'ath Party. Some contacts later denied meeting him, but his charm opened doors. These connections vouched for him. With letters of recommendation, he sailed to Beirut, then crossed into Syria, armed with fake documents, a specially modified radio transmitter, microfilm equipment, forged credentials, and one of the most audacious deceptions in modern Arab history. Within weeks, Cohen settled into a luxury penthouse near the Syrian army headquarters. His lavish parties attracted Syria's political and military elite. But behind the charm was manipulation. He weaponized Arab values of hospitality and trust to extract sensitive information. Military officers spoke freely. Some revealed secrets. Others treated him as kin. The government began consulting him on military matters, believing he had vast international experience. He gained access to battle plans and troop movements. And according to some accounts, his name was even floated for Minister of Defense. Whether myth or reality, it showed how deeply the deception had rooted itself within the heart of Syria's leadership. For 3 years, Cohen was Israel's unseen operative inside Syria. The information he delivered wasn't just helpful, it was devastating. He memorized trench layouts, photographed classified documents, recorded military conversations. His reports, sent via a hidden radio transmitter, reached Tel Aviv with chilling precision. He revealed Syria's plans to divert Jordan River water, exposed military coordination with Egypt, and even warned of planned attacks. Each transmission was more than espionage. It was an assault on Syria's sovereignty. Israeli officials credited Cohen's intelligence as critical in guiding strategic operations. But the cracks were beginning to show. Suspicion crept in. Syria was about to fight back. January 1965. Cohen's confidence was at its peak. But Syrian intelligence had grown wary. Too many failures, too many leaks. The turning point came when repeated transmission disruptions at the Indian embassy raised alarms. Initially blamed on technical issues, deeper investigation led Syria to upgrade its Soviet detection equipment. The result? A traceable signal. Authorities launched a wide probe, targeting anyone with access to military secrets. Surveillance increased. Paranoia spread. On January 18th, they picked up a rogue transmission from Damascus. Day by day, they closed in until the signal led them to one man. At 2 a.m. on January 24, 1965, security forces raided Cohen's apartment. He was caught mid-transmission, headphones on, sending Syria's secrets abroad. The betrayal was complete. He had sat with Syria's generals, toasted with ministers, and stolen the soul of the state. Cohen's trial was held in secrecy. At first, he denied his identity, but under interrogation, the truth came out: his Mossad affiliation, his mission, and the scale of his infiltration. Syria understood the depth of the violation. This was no ordinary spy. He had wormed into the nation's core. Israel scrambled to intervene, proposing prisoner swaps, financial deals, and diplomatic pressure. The Arab world watched closely. Syria stood firm. On May 18, 1965, Eli Cohen was publicly hanged in Damascus's Marja Square. Thousands gathered. His death marked a turning point for Syria, a national humiliation that forced a reckoning. Intelligence networks were torn down and rebuilt. No one was trusted. The damage he caused went beyond strategy. It shook the very foundations of Arab leadership. Cohen's intelligence was later used in the Six-Day War. His maps reportedly helped Israel seize the Golan Heights. To Israelis, he's a martyr. To Syrians, and many Arabs, he's the embodiment of betrayal. A man who walked among them with a smile while dismantling their defenses from within. After execution, Syria kept his belongings as evidence. In 2019, Israel recovered his wristwatch in a covert operation. During Syria's civil war, Israeli intelligence reportedly obtained more archived materials. Israel continues efforts to return his remains, but for many Arabs, his name still evokes betrayal, a reminder of how trust can be weaponized. Now ask yourself, how many other Eli Cohens are out there? Hidden operatives shaping our world, maybe even leading governments without anyone suspecting. Could today's most powerful people be undercover? If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more history-changing tales.